pacing, for that's for what it is. You see, not only do I, you, thee, we, him, I have a heartbeat, but a story has a heartbeat. A sentence has a rhythm to it. And when you sway from this rhythm, things can get a bit fucky. Just like what happened then. Pacing is really very important. And with the finale just airing, I've got to get something off my chest. I love the new Smiling Friends season, but there's one problem that I definitely have with it. Because to me, there's this very invasive little tick with this newest batch of episodes. It makes it feel less wacky, inventive, creative, spontaneous, hilarious as the first. And that special word is P-A-C-E-Y. Pacing. You could take one random episode of season 2 and one random episode of season 1 and compare them, and for some reason, the first seems so much more impactful than the second. You know, it's natural for a season 2 to want to up the ante from its first, you know, try and make things bigger. But sometimes that can go in another direction. And that's what I think happened. You see, on paper, structure can be limiting, but in reality, in practice, structure actually usually helps your mind run free. In the past, they have divulged in great fan-favorite episodes like Who Violently Murdered Simon S. Salty, but even there's a strong structure. You know, they all interview these crooked food mascots to ultimately get to the final beat of who killed them, which, of course, you know, all of them did. Meanwhile, in something like an Allen adventure, it's kind of just him going through a path of random obstacles and monsters. You know, they don't really feel like stepping stones. There's no progression. Things just kind of happen. Most of season 2 feels kind of aimless. The worst offender of this, in my mind, is the finale, where, you know, him and Charlie make this snowman, and then he comes to life, and then he has fun, but then he learns he's gonna die, and then, you know, he starts screaming, and then everybody hates his screaming, so they just take him on a mountain, and then this Yeti takes him back down, and then, you know, he gets put in this freezer, and then they go to the beach, but he comes with them, and then he dies, and he becomes the ocean, and in the end, it really feels like they were just writing as they went. You know, I can see what they were trying to do in the very beginning, you know, where he learns about how good life actually is after being forced into it. But I think that it probably could have done with the rewrite, you know, where they structured the overall story. The good thing is, the actual dialogue in the episode is great. It's completely gold.
Sorry.
Dude, no, we're sorry, dude.
If I see you again on my property, I'm beating your ass. Hard.
Well, okay, rude.
Huh? What's up? Yeah, that's what I thought. Fucking pussy.
I would have hit him, dude. I was about to hit him so hard, but my arm is so freaking sore from the gym or whatever. Like, I almost like laid him out, but I didn't want to yeah.
But unfortunately, this is not the only episodes that stay from this trend. The Spantopia and Alien ones especially don't do justice to their worlds. Like, in season 1, it's pretty crazy how developed and full the Enchanted Forest and Hell feel, even though they're technically given the exact same amount of time. Something like Spamtopia could really be crazy, and I already love the style. I think for the next coming batch of episodes, they should just increase the time per episode to 21 minutes, or at least like 15, 16 minutes, you know, just to give the mood a little bit more time to breathe. Like the Halloween episode didn't even feel like much of one, just because the atmosphere wasn't given the time of day. I get they wanted to do like a more comedic take, but I think it really could have benefited with some slower scenes.
Tier list.
The Gwimbly episode, the first episode, the perfect introduction to a season 2. There's a reason why this got so big and so many people were hyped about it. You know, it's just honestly the perfect reintroduction to the show. You know, Gwimbly design is amazing. The guy who worked on it, fantastic job. Mr. President, like I said, I feel like it does really well to make this universe feel way bigger. You know what I mean? I don't think it's among the best, but it's probably A tier. And then an Allen adventure, like I said, it kind of feels like aimless. I feel like if there was like a more structured story, you know what I mean? Obviously in the end it's like, oh, the landlord did all of it, but it's like, I mean, maybe if I could get some more hints other than, oh, I saw the landlord before. I think he's gonna be instrumental of the plot. You know, C tier. And the Halloween episode needed some extra atmosphere, some extra spice to make it a Halloween episode, because everybody else I showed this, they were like, wait, that's a Halloween episode? Which is, I don't think the intended effect, you know what I mean? So I think it definitely needed a little bit more time, you know, in the writing of it. Now, Brother's Egg, another one, really solid, really solid. I don't think it's S tier, I think it's A tier. The dynamic between the two brothers is really funny because they don't look alike at all. But also the animation by the little goblins, all the tweeny goblins, look fantastic. The main brother, I don't remember his name, it's gonna be right there. The main brother in the mocap suit is fucking amazing. I don't know how they did that. I don't know how you could do that. And the fight whenever the other guy, the other brother, he gets like in the mocap suit is also fucking hilarious too, you know, just amazing. Aliens, I feel like the universe could be expanded a bit more, you know, I think, but what is there is really great, you know what I mean? I really like these two aliens. I like how they interact with Pim and Charlie because they're sort of like their counterparts. And maybe at the beginning, that little intersection beforehand could be cut, you know, maybe you could show a little bit more with the aliens, or maybe the guys in the very beginning could come with them. But either way, to me, still A tier, still very, very solid. Spamtopia 1, I said I loved the style for this. I loved all the characters. I loved how weird and wacky everything was. I loved the colors. The only thing I didn't really love is the story. I feel like it should be iterated a little bit. I think they should make it a little bit different. I think that showing off Spamtopia a little bit more would be great. And I feel like this could be really great. This play on Frosty the Snowman, you know, he finds out, oh, he has to die, but you know, life is good or whatever. I think could be really great. I think Rotten is a great guy. Love Dana Schneider. I instantly knew his voice. I was like, that's Dana Schneider. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be great. I don't know. I feel like it kind of needs a little bit of a different structure. I remember when I was watching this, I was like, what's going on? I was like, are they gonna wake up in a dream or something? Because it's just so weird how it bounced around, you know what I mean? But that's C tier. Honestly, it's probably like bottom 2 of the entire series. But. You know, I've never said anything at the time, but I've loved Smiling Friends ever since it was just some random pilot that Psychic Pebbles said was gonna be an Adult Swim on a stream. I don't think season 2 is necessarily even a train wreck or even bad for that case. It's actually pretty great. And I think just empirically, undeniably, the animation quality was pushed to its absolute limits. And you can definitely see that within the premiere with Gwimbly is amazing and his look is perfectly executed. And Mr. President is actually genuinely does feel bigger and better than its first season. The alien episode is just so hilarious, and these asshole fucking alien dude bros are some of my new favorite characters. You know, I had problems with this season, but there's a lot to love. But, you know, hopefully with season 3 they can stop shafting my boy Glep. Okay, he was only integral to one B plot in the second episode, which came out 2 years ago, and nothing else. So stop sleeping on my boy Glep, okay? Come on! Come on!